Oops, there we go. We are live. Who's that? Mr. Space Guy has left the game.
Mr. Space.
Yeah, the first thing I'm going to be doing is going up to the tanker, probably. If anyone's tuning into the stream, though, we are in the Arabian Gulf again tonight, and we're going to be doing an extra long-range stream. We're flying all the way up to Ubaidi, Iraq, to drop some bombs on a couple of SAM sites up there. I'm still debating if I should be using these the glider bombs. Oh, what the hell? I'll use them. They should work. Although those do work really fucking good too. What you got loaded. The glider bombs were not going to be able to like go over the target, so yeah, I think I'm going to actually go with what you got. GBU-10s?
Yep.
Yeah. That'll actually work better.
Alright.
Do you have your IFF set and everything?
Oh. Doing it now.
Yeah, no worries. Who is that? Blackfinger has left the game. Blinkfinger. Doodly Mook and Justice are still in here.
Coodly Moo. Such a great name.
Do you like having a blue flight suit? Because I can get you another color if you want it.
Blue's my favorite color.
Oh, yeah.
So works for me. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am good to go if you are.
100% good to go.
I'm going to go ahead and top off and put in full burners. And 310 is launching Cat 1 outbound.
305 launching Cat 2 outbound.
I'm going to start climbing right off the bat. Just to get up to that tanker. Wherever the heck he is. Air mode. There we go. We're at 12 miles from him. He's off to the right. I'm going to come right a little bit.
Right.
We're probably going to go underneath him, is my guess.
Yeah.
Like he's probably going to be coming back this way. Because he's in a left-hand turn, a racetrack pattern.
Alrighty.
Keep it in like mid-burners. It was a long way up though.
Alright.
Go nose-sack here and look for him. There's that other multiplayer out in front of us, looks like. Yeah, we're getting really close. Here in a minute, we're probably going to have to come back to the left real quick. There he is. Radar. Oh, okay, yeah, we just did a loop around them pretty much. This is actually kind of ideal. Intercept. We just kind of corkscrewed our way up to them.
Alright.
And easing the pull, rolling out the bank. And adding a little drive. Coming a little bit further right, my bad. So he's right up there in front of us. We're slowly gaining on him now at 50 knots, 3 miles ahead of us.
Right. There you go.
I'm going to go into my SMS, stores management system. Justice is left. I'm scrolling out.
Goodbye, Justice.
Yeah, coming out of burners once I get to about a mile. 2.5 right now after them. We should be able to cut him off here. He's about to do his left turn, or he's going into his left turn right now. I'm going to go back to ship's tacking though too, since I already got a good visual on him. Doodly Mook has left the game. Oh man. Easing power. I'm going to go ahead and go nose cold. I'm going to boards here in a sec too. I'm expecting him at 300 knots. I'm still getting about 100 knots closure on him. Left wing on him right now.
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and start grabbing gas if that's cool. So Talent 310, switch a safe nose call, looking for 3K. So it'll be about a minute and a half taken. Talent 310 is receiving fuel. Let's see how much gas I got. 22.4. Control there, Doc. Barely staying within tolerances.
Okay.
So I am topped off. I'm going to back out if you want to grab some gas yourself.
Yeah.
I'm off to right wing.
Right. I'm in the
Outboard.
left side.
Yeah. Nice. Looks like you should be getting gas out of that. Really close enough. Or should detect it. Oh, hey, thanks for the follow. Wish it would say who it was. I know I can go to like Streamlabs and it'll say, but yeah. A lot of times I'm so in depth into the game, I can't take my hands off the controls and really see who it is or anything. But I appreciate it. Oh no, you didn't pack aim 9s? Well, as long as you got guns. Are you still there? Okay. Oh, gotcha. Are you topped off?
Yeah, I just topped off, and I was saying how much of a fucking idiot I am, because I totally forgot to throw the aim 9s on.
Well, we got 3 missiles and we got 400 guns. Really, guns is all you need. I'm gonna keep in this left turn.
Oh my god, dude.
Huh?
No, I'm an idiot all around. I didn't put on my gear.
Oh shoot! Yeah. Well, the good news is I have a FLIR, so the bomb should be able to be guidable still. We can land if you want to. I can stay near the tanker, and then if you want to land, grab it real quick.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, I can stay up here, because I got essentially, yeah, it's not gonna cost me any gas as long as I'm just staying near the tanker, you know. And we can re-rendezvous at the tanker.
Alright, I'm heading back down to the ship.
Yeah, ship is about 280 right now. You should be able to see it.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
My bad, dude.
No worries.
Oh my god, dude, I shouldn't be retarded.
Whoa, a little bit of a lag spike there. Oh, I'm guessing that was you jettisoning everything.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, got all freeze going on. There we go.
Alright, I'm actually on a straight in, so it should be
Yeah.
quick.
I'm back up with the tanker. less than a mile from them.
We're at mud 2.0 out in Canada.
Yeah. Left dash for the tanker now.
We're at.
Yeah, if anyone's tuning in, we are actually in the Arabian Gulf. We have an extra long range strike tonight. We're going to be striking the city Ubaidi, or a small town in Ubaidi, Iraq, which is going to be about 700 nautical miles away. So that's one of the reasons we're hanging out near the tanker, is we still got to keep our gas. So it's probably going to be a good 2 or 3 hour long stream. Will be committed to a night recovery tonight. Case 3 CV1 approach on the USS Ronald Reagan. This guy's tail says USS Teddy Roosevelt.
What?
I mean, it really says USS Theodore Roosevelt, but I always call it the USS Teddy Roosevelt.
That's awesome.
He's on the Tomcatter, so that's his tail insignia.
That's
It's a
literally amazing.
Tomcatter with a gas pump. Yes, I guess they do that to their tanker jets.
I'm Cap 1, just waiting for my tanks to fill up.
Yeah. Really, I don't think like one jet is designated like a tanker jet. I mean, maybe they keep one of the buddy pods on one of their jets all the time or something, but. You said you're airborne again, or?
No, I was just waiting for my tanks to fill up and getting.
Oh yeah, no worries. Still up here at Angels 20 with the tanker.
Roger, 05, what you got? 17 Yankee?
Yes, air to air mode.
Rad.
Got your friendly spike. Come on, Doc. Getting a bunch of PIOs.
Bunch of what?
PIOs, pilot-induced oscillations. A little bit too rough on my stick.
Oh, okay, I get those all the time then. What's the current heading of the tanker?
We're in a turn, passing through 200 right now for 180.
Right. I had a chicken parm sandwich like 6 hours ago, and my room still smells like it. Let's see. 10 and a half out from the tanker.
Yeah. I'll start getting some gas. Town 310, switch a safe nose code looking for 3K. It's a
Is it
sloppy
standard
transition.
procedure to go nose cold when you're approaching the tanker?
Oh, what's that?
So like standard procedure to go nose cold.
Yeah, that means that your radar is in standby mode. Granted, though, I actually lied about switch of safe. My trigger finger is my actual safety. Hopefully, they don't review footage and find that out. But I don't like using my virtual cockpit mouse to actually like, reach over there and turn it off, you know, because it takes my hands off the stick and throttle. But if I was to pull the trigger right now, Tom 310 is receiving fuel. But nothing would happen. I don't have a weapon selected or anything.
Right. So what's the altitude from the Angels?
Tanker is at Angels 20.
Angels 20, right. Current heading?
We are now due north, I believe. Oh wait, no, what is that? That's like 090. Okay, my bad.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, we're heading east right now.
We're at?
I think I should. Yeah, I'm almost already topped off.
Alright, man. Angels 27.5 out.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh shoot, I got a lock. Or a ray gun. Yeah.
Is it good now?
Yeah, you're good.
Alright.
I'm topped off right now. I'm gonna switch back over to left wing in the meantime.
Alright.
On this guy. Yeah, I switched to left. I figured I'd let you top off, then as we depart, I'll top off one last time. Just in case I might burn about 1,000 pounds or so in the meantime. But 1,000 pounds to refill that will only take 30 seconds at the most. So.
Alright. I'm approaching 150 knots closure at 3.5 miles.
Roger. Bumping all over the place. I'm gonna try this. Yeah, I've never tried my whoa, 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 whoa. That wasn't good. I put my mouse over another icon, like I was trying the thumb control on the SciTech throttle, and it minimized my game. It probably didn't for the stream, but yeah, for a second it just because the OBS is still capturing that window no matter what.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it the normal way. There we go. Gotcha. Coming up on our 6.
Yep.
We're at 300 knots. Indicated.
Alright.
Actually 305, really. I'm gonna fall back to your left wing.
Roger that. Oh. I'm struggling to get in here right now.
Looks like he's rolling out. Yeah. Oh, he's coming back to the right a little bit, I guess.
Sorry, Doc, I'm trying here.
No worries. No, I was talking about the tanker, not you.
Alright. Alright, probably just broke the thing off, but
As long as you're receiving fuel. Or if you can
I
get
am receiving fuel.
nice. Wow. Man. It's a lot better than it coming out the other end, I guess.
Yeah, right. Did you upload that stream to YouTube of us flying through the carrier?
No, not that one. I think it's.
Is it on Twitch?
Yeah, it should be on Twitch still.
Alright, I'm gonna go check that out.
Yeah.
Almost done, probably got about 15 seconds. So.
Yeah. Your right side. Or, excuse me, I'm on your left. My bad. Yeah.
Alright, you're good.
Yeah. Come on, brain work.
I am top going right.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and start grabbing gas. And oops. There we go. Oh, come on, get it together, Doc. What am I doing? Finally. There we go. Alright. I was receiving fuel, but it didn't look like a good insertion, so I'm going to back out and try that again while I'm waiting. Talent 310 is receiving fuel. Wow, where am I going? I'll do that like after a connection a lot of times. Oh, but I'm already topped off anyways though. So, alright. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna back on out and we'll start heading over to the target, finally.
Alright.
I'm gonna give it mill power for right now. Keep climbing. And also I'll select waypoint. And we are on our way. Oh, yeah, there we go. Alright, now we're on our way.
Alright.
I'm gonna also go into nav mode and go nose hot.
Alright.
Playing on Angels 35. Topping off at Angels 35.
Angels 35.
Worst case though, we can always divert to Al Assad Air Base, which is like kind of in between. But I don't think we're gonna need to do that. We don't need to use the damn Air Force on their bases.
And we're going to bomb the place you were.
Yeah. Yeah, and, it's on our 07 deployment. This is the town that my platoon was assigned to.
Oh, wow.
It was our town. We didn't let anyone else run it other than us. If you're an insurgent in that town, you were either killed, captured, or had your will to fight destroyed. Oh man, I'm gonna put some cookies in the oven.
Right?
I'm actually going to increase our rate of ascent a little bit. And go into mid burners if that's cool.
Fine with me.
Yeah, adding a little power. That should be one stage above. There we go. That should be a little bit of room to play with. Are you able to keep up with that?
Yeah, right
Yeah.
on your right side.
Adding a little pull. I'm looking for a 2,000 feet per minute ascent. There we go.
Alright.
So get us there in about 5 minutes. Get us to Angels 35.
Cool.
Only 700 nautical miles now. Yeah, we're actually making pretty good time already.
Cool.
It should be about an hour each way, is my guess.
Alright.
Actually, a little under an hour if we're doing Mach 0.85. But or no, actually, excuse me, a little bit over an hour. Yeah, because it's 600 miles would be at an hour. Yeah, this is an extra long stream tonight. We're contrailing, it looks like, at Angels 25. So that's always something you want to notice usually. Is like when you start contrailing, you know, because like if we start contrailing right now and I leveled off, then like someone at Angels 24 would be able to spot us and we wouldn't know that they were nearby. You know, because they're not giving off a contrail. So if you're gonna be contrailing, it's good to have a lot of space between where where you started from and like where you're cruising at. So that way, like if someone looks up and they're like, "Ooh, a contrail, a good easy target," you know, by the time they get to Angels 25 and start trying to take a shot at us, we're gonna see their contrail coming up, and hopefully we'll have more potential and kinetic energy than them built up when we notice them.
Right.
Unless they're in like a UFO of some sort, but. Am I paused?
No.
Oh, yeah. I thought I had a lag spike for a second.
Yeah, you did. Not when you said it, but right after you said it, it happened.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. If you want to, one way to remedy that is if you do like pause for like 3 seconds or something like that, and you'll see me go by.
Is that long enough?
Not quite, but you can look behind you a lot of times, and you'll kind of like you can unpause. Yeah, you see how you can like kind of guesstimate where you're gonna be. There we go. That's enough. Yeah, it'll always be a little bit lag behind, I guess.
Yeah. Alright, just gotta grab my energy back here.
My bad. Shoot. Yeah, my computer lagged, I guess.
It's alright, don't worry.
Wow. About to be feet dry here in a second.
Right. Okay, what's your current indicator?
I am currently at 3:30.
Roger, I'm approaching at 3:43.
Yeah. Once we level off, it should be a little bit easier to catch me.
Alright.
There's Angels 32. Holy cow! Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull out some power once I level off, I think. So I'm showing an estimated of 5,500 pounds when I get there, which ain't gonna be enough to get back on.
Nope.
In fact, I'll go ahead and do that a little bit right now because you're still trying to catch up anyways.
I'm right on your
Some
right.
minimum burners now. 1,000 more feet to go. I'm gonna start adding a little bit of drive for Angels 35.
Rad.
Hold on to that until man, I'm still showing 1250 my ETA fuel state. Or no,
Yeah.
come on, Angels 35, get there. Actually, I really don't need Nat's ass that much. There must be something superstitious about being over Angels 35. Using a little bit more power. I'm going to take a look at my HSI and see what I can maximize up to. There's 18 for a second that I saw there. Yeah, okay, I'm going to see if I can't hold on to this power setting. Is that good for you? Or okay with you?
Yeah, right up your right side.
Yeah. So I'm showing 18,000 pounds of gas when I get there.
Alright.
This setting. I think this will be the longest range strike I've done with these 2,000 pound bombs. These are a lot of drag we're taking all the way up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My bad, I did not know that.
No. I agreed. Like because these also, even though they're a lot of drag, they're a good payoff because they'll like all you need is one and you can destroy an entire SAM site with them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And on the way back, we won't have to burn nearly as much gas. We're not going to be towing all this extra shit, you know. Or at least 4 of our stations will be free.
Alright.
If anyone's watching on stream, we are aware that this is desynced. His boards are not actually up, or his speed brakes are not actually up. People are probably gonna see that and be like, "Oh dang, he's gonna be burning through so much gas with all that extra drag right there."
Oh, they see my boards out.
Yeah, or I do, yeah, but I know your boards are not in fact out. You would not be able to keep up with me if they were.
Yeah, no.
How's your fuel state?
22.
Yeah, I'm at 22.3.
Brad.
Feel free to, if you need a break from flying or anything like that, you can always go to the lead. I also got coordinates if you want them for where we're headed.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Yeah, let me know when you're ready.
Ready to read that?
That is going to be 39.
Would you say you cut out?
Oh, my bad. 39
39?
25
25?
28
28?
00. That's going to be north.
Alright.
And then it's going to be 41 14
1, 4.
39
39.
00. And
0, 0.
that is east.
You're all set.
Yeah, I'm showing 634 miles now.
Yeah, I'll take lead if you want.
Yeah, that works. What I was doing is if you go on your HSI, go into nav mode and look at your HSI, and you'll see that you have that number underneath the waypoint number. You want to maximize that.
Okay, I'm maximizing it at about 17,000.
That works. Yeah, you're probably, since you're like 300 pounds lighter than me, I'm gonna let you pass me by here, and I'll form up on your left wing.
Roger, I just turned B out on, so it's
Yeah. No worries.
Okay. Alright, yeah, 17,000. And I'm just hanging out here.
Yeah. Got you coming up on my left. Or on my right, excuse me. I'm on your left. Golly, that's like the second time tonight. That's caused a crash before, too. A Superhornet crash.
What did you say?
Mixing up left from right, that's caused a Superhornet crash before. I want to say the Valiants, they had a mid-air because their lead said left when he meant right.
Wow. One little mistake. That's crazy.
It didn't kill anyone. Luckily, everyone, actually I think one of the jets I had to eject from, but the other one had like a whole wing rip, or like half its wing ripped off, but it actually made it back to Lemoore, or landed.
Holy shit.
Everyone knows about the famous F-15 incident. I know there's been at least 2 Hornets that have had similar instances, with like wings ripped off and stuff like that landing.
Yeah, the one case I saw that was at F-15.
Yeah, that Israeli F-15. That one, I will say that one, from like, at least from what they were showing, it looked like it was a pretty, like there was no wing left, it looked like.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of it, and it literally, if the upper wing was off, it would have looked like a missile.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's some good flying on his part.
I remember they interviewed him, and then he said, like, had he known the damage was that bad, he would have bailed out right away. Like, the only reason he didn't bail out is because, like, it wasn't until after he landed that he actually, like, looked at the wing. But he said, like...
The wings are so short, can you even see them?
You can see it, but apparently he said like there was so much fuel and stuff like that coming out of there that like I guess he wasn't able to notice it in the rear view that it was in fact all gone, just because it was maybe he was figuring like, oh, it's hidden behind all that mist of like fuel spraying out or something like that. You know?
Oh yeah. No, that makes sense.
It was a F-15E, so I remember he said like there was a guy in the back seat, but yeah, he said at first he was like, we're gonna eject, and then he found out that he could kind of control it, and then so he decided not to eject and try to land it. But yeah, he said had he known that it was that bad right off the bat, then he would ejected right away. Oh man, I'm actually gonna use pH and roll hold for right now, or ingress.
Alright.
Loosen it up a little bit.
Looking good.
Only 500 or 600 miles to go. This is like this is real life fighter pilot shit though. Like this is how far like a lot, especially naval aviators. You know, if you're bombing that area in Iraq, this is legit how far you're gonna have to go if you're coming from a ship. You know.
Holy shit.
But it's yeah, this is one of the reasons I like FSX. Is it's the whole world you get to play with. You know.
Exactly.
Not saying that DCS is a bad game or anything. It's just that like this, doing something like this in particular, you know, you would not be able to do in DCS just because the map simply isn't big enough.
Is the full map, the full world map, not employed in DCS?
No, you have like it's pretty much like a battlefield. You know, like if you go high enough up in DCS, the world is not round in DCS. It just essentially, if you were to keep flying in one direction, you're eventually going to run out of scenery, and then it just starts regenerating scenery.
Oh my god.
Pressure Shot says, shoot a missile now. I wouldn't
think that would work.
We would be able to shoot a missile, but it wouldn't do anything, or it's just going to go. Yeah, we might need it for later. Well, sir, we made it a quarter of the way there, then we just got bored and started shooting our ordnance off before we even made it to the target.
Like our friendly status just became enemy status.
He was like, now! He really wants to... Oh, man. If you stay tuned for, let's see, about another hour, that's when we're going to be shooting, actually. That's about how far we got to go.
Just pop a player off for him.
Oh, darn, I wasn't able to... I was too close and it didn't had a spike as you flared.
No worries.
Oh, yeah, appreciate the follow. Oh, there we go. There's some flares. I was able to see those.
Alright.
Rear view too. Put it in sport mode.
Put it in sport mode.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what that is. Oh man. See how my gas is.
Sport mode is a common thing on slow cars to make people feel like they can drive them fast.
Oh, I think I know. Yeah, that's right.
They put them on the Toyota Corolla.
That's not a bad car though. I don't think. Like it's great. I've never owned one, but
No, Toyotas and Hondas are the most reliable car.
yeah, I have a 4Runner myself. I love that thing.
It's funny, Toyota actually posted a thing on their Facebook. It was like a contest, so to speak. And whoever posted a picture with their tag and their mileage on their car, whoever had the highest amount of miles on their car would get like a gift card
Oh,
to their facility so that they can get a free oil change and like free tire rotation.
oh man.
And this one guy won it with 875,000 miles.
Jeez.
Like,
What year was his car? I wonder.
was a 93 4Runner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a '04 4Runner. You know, I'm in love with. I started on a Jeep CJ7, which I loved that thing when I was in high school, and that was like it was a perfect off-road car just to mess around with, and it was manual transmission, everything. And I got a Explorer, Exploder, and then which was obviously automatic, and then but the Explorer, it just everything started breaking on it after like once it gets old enough, like it's almost like you just have to start replacing everything at once. And so I got rid of that and went with a 4Runner, and I think I'm now like gonna stick with Toyota just because of that. Just yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, but the 4Runner works great, probably.
he's talking about 420. Oh man. I got some cookies in the oven. But I plead the fifth. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, though, let's see. We're making pretty good time. Only like 500 miles now.
Right, sounds good.
Right, actually 550. My bad, but yeah. Did I ever call feet dry? If not, feet dry. We were over land. There's an Arabian Gulf way back there behind us.
Oh. Yeah, Doc, you know all the things, man.
No, that one's pretty basic. There's plenty of stuff I don't know. I'm uneducated. There we go. Excuse me. Yeah, got that cough still.
A little sick there.
Yeah. Holy shit. Wow. Yeah, those are some good cookies that just came out of the oven.
Oh man, our local, one of our local trail reserves is temporarily closing because a body was found there 2 days
Huh.
ago. Yeah.
It's gotta be the mafia.
Yeah, or you're not gonna believe this, but like I said, you're still not gonna believe this, but there's actually a Bigfoot out there.
Bigfoot.
I'm serious.
you're
Dude.
you're right. I'm not gonna believe that.
No, it could have been someone just messing with me, but when I went up there, like 2 years ago,
uh,
honest to God, I seen a footprint so big, I just about shit my pants.
oh, man.
It was twice the length of my foot. Like, it was ridiculous. It literally looked like a big foot.
I gotta say I don't believe that I don't think they're real. I think we would have found a body by now. Like we would have had some sort of skeletal remains. You know, like there's no like evidence that there was ever, I guess, even like something that branched off. You know, that would still be around today.
Right. I know what you mean. I see where you're coming from.
By now, especially with all the FLIR cameras and everything, like what I always like though are those TV shows where they go out looking for Bigfoot or a ghost or an alien or something like that. Have you ever noticed that if they go out looking for a ghost, they always find a ghost? If they go out looking for aliens, they always end up like whatever like noise they hear in the woods. You know, like they're gonna zoom in on their faces and they're gonna get really scared. Like, what was that? You know. Like, if you're looking for an alien, you're going to assume it's an alien, you know?
Exactly. Oh my god. That's actually what I was telling my friend yesterday.
Yeah, if you're, like, it's having a conclusion and then letting, like, the evidence, and then trying to cherry pick the evidence to fit your conclusion, you know, like, with a lot of those shows.
What do they call it? What is it called? The power of suggestion, right?
That's one of them, yeah. I say it's bad science, but it should not be called science. It should be entertainment, I guess, at best.
How many viewers you got there, then?
We got 4, it looks like, right now. I think one of those is probably the dashboard. I think it counts it as one. But yeah, it's a power suggestion. What's like the scientific term for it? I think it's like leading with a conclusion, I guess. Or because like that's not the way you're supposed to do science. Like you're not supposed to, you know, like a good scientist will come up with a hypothesis, and the experiment will actually try to disconfirm that hypothesis. You know, like if you're doing it right, you're actually trying to prove your own hypothesis wrong, and if it withstands that, you know, like a true subjective test or objective test, you know, to
Right.
you know, like that's if you know if you're doing it right, you know. But like, say if you like go out into the woods and it's like, ooh man, we have all this equipment, you know, and like freaking it detected a sound over here, and we're gonna go over here and hey, this looks like a piece of hair on this tree. We're gonna take this, we're gonna take it back to a lab, and then the lab is gonna run like a test for like 10 animals on it, and they're gonna be like, they didn't know what it was, therefore it must be Bigfoot, you know. Like,
Oh my god.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think it was Oxford University in the UK actually put out a challenge to Bigfoot hunters, I believe it was. So because they're tired of seeing these shows where they said like we ran its DNA and we couldn't find out what it was. And Oxford finally like said like, you guys send us all your samples and we'll give like the first one that we can't identify like $1 million. And like. No one was able to come up with anything that they didn't know what it was.
They're just stretching. That's all we're doing. Entertainment.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate a follow. Man, I've been getting a few followers tonight. We are still inbound to the city of Ubaidi. We probably got about another hour, or a little under an hour now, I guess. Yep. Before we're there. My favorite, though, is that dude on History Channel, though, that talks about the aliens and how they built the pyramids and everything. You remember that guy? The guy with the crazy hair?
What is it, Ancient Aliens?
Yeah, he's always talking about how the aliens built the pyramids.
Yeah, he's a very popular meme.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I've seen the meme all the time. Aliens.
Aliens gave us, like, night vision goggles and stuff like that. Yeah, he would have, like, a valid argument if we could just find one mummy, like, where we dug it up, and, like, the mummy was, like, buried with a cell phone, or, like, night vision goggles, or something like that, or, like, we actually found evidence for that, but we don't. We find, like, stone tablets and, like, you know, like, cups and, like, you know, gold jewelry and stuff like that, like, stuff that we would expect from that time period, you know? Alright. Man, this is Iraq's a lot bigger than you realize once you fly over it. I'm gonna look on that HSI.
There's some nice scenery off to the right hand side.
Yeah. It's about
I mean,
401
it
miles.
is Iraq, but
Where we're going, though, I know, like, I don't know if I've flown around at an FSX much, but I do just know from experience we're going to pretty much the ball sack of Iraq. We literally called it that because it's the shape of the Euphrates River where it is. It's shaped like a ball sack in that area, but it's very flat. There's not I mean, you have the Euphrates River, obviously, so there's, like, green areas around there, you know, but and there's the desert to the south. There's some hills there and whatnot, but nothing like the mountains that we're going to see over here. It's a lot flatter where we're going. I'm wondering if even the town of Ubaidi is even modeled.
I'm sure there's some freeway scenery out there somewhere.
I don't know. It's a pretty obscure town. It's a town of maybe like 2,000 people or so.
Not really.
Yeah. Or not 20,000, I'd say. But yeah, excuse me. I left off a digit. Come on, brain, work.
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah. But it's still, like, that's not that big, though, by, like, world standards, you know? Like, it wouldn't surprise me if, like, FSX didn't model it. Granted, it models the town that I'm living in right now, Longview, Washington, which is, that's, like, I think about 20,000 or so. It's, like, about the same size as Ubaidi, like, population-wise, you know? Or really even, like, building-wise, too. But it wouldn't surprise me, though, if they never modeled it. Just because it's Iraq, and they probably, as far as I know, the way they actually did this, or, like, when they developed FSX, was one of the ways they could get so many different towns is they could assign it. They essentially gave people a template, like in a lot of these different towns, like how to make scenery for FSX. And so that way you didn't have like one guy that has to model the entire world, you know, because that would be unrealistic. No one would ever be able to do that in a reasonable amount of time. So that way you have, like, you know, a team of like 200 people in different spots of the world all modeling their little areas, you know. So it wouldn't surprise me if, like, the Middle East was neglected a little bit more than the United States, you know, where they left off, like, if you're a 20,000 population town, you're probably more likely to get put into the game if you're a U.S. town versus Iraqi town that nobody knows about outside of Iraq. You know?
Yeah. I tried to find my house.
Yeah, you're probably not gonna be able to do that because it's all autogen scenery, pretty much. You know.
Yeah, the only like even sense of direction I got was I'm actually underneath the glide slope for runway 4 at Schenectady Air National Guard Base, and all day and all night it's C-130s flying over all the time, and it's actually really cool because the ones that fly into the Air National Guard Base are the ones that are stationed there. They are the ones that fly to like Greenland and Antarctica and stuff like that. Maybe I can grab you a link here. Hang on.
Oh, I'm still flying off you.
Roger, I'll tell you. I can't remember what the name is.
Oh man. Let's see. Man, we're not too far. Yeah, we're making good time. You know what happens in 10 miles?
Cool.
Haha.
Just saying cool.
You see that on our waypoint marker?
My bad, what'd you say?
You see that on our distance marker?
My bad, what am I looking for?
Just the number that it's about to show. We're coming up on. It has something to do with today's date. Or it's on your HUD too. Or it should be like waypoint 1 on your HUD. The number next to waypoint 1.
I have the waypoint designated. Is that still going to show?
Yeah, on your HUD. You should have like a waypoint 1 and distance from it.
I see CPO waypoint, and below that I see 422.
Yeah, that's the number that you're looking for.
Oh, okay, alright, yeah. 421.
Yeah, 1 more mile. It does. There we go. Now it's showing.
Oh, that's what you were getting. Oh my god. See, my brain's not working. But, yeah, the C-130s that fly out of our Air National Guard base is the 109th Airlift Wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fly to Greenland, Antarctica.
Oh, one thing with a Pro Pack I can't wait for is the data link pod. What do they fly? Like sea or I'm guessing cargo stuff.
I just linked you just a link real quick. It's just a couple of pictures of the aircraft that fly out of there. I don't know if you just have like a quick second to check it out.
Oh. Let's see, because I'm scared it's gonna like crash the game or something.
Oh no.
There we go. Okay. It's like Coast Guard ones, or is that Air National Guard?
That's Air National Guard.
Every time I see like orange on an airplane, I think Coast Guard or orange or red. The Puddle Pirate Navy.
I'm pretty sure all those pictures that you're looking at are old pictures because they are all gray planes now. There is no color.
Bunch of C-130s though. I never got to ride on a C-130 when I was in. That's like.
Actually, I've never gone on a C-130 for obviously a mission or nothing, but back when Schenectady used to host their air show, they were actually doing rides in them, which is
No kid.
which was awesome. Yeah.
Did you go in one or like ride in one?
Yes, I did.
Man, yeah, you have more C-130 experience than me.
Oh man, it was fantastic. It's
It's,
loud.
I
Like
did.
you can hear the rumble.
Yeah, we used C-17s in '07 to get in and out of Iraq, and then
Oh, see, I'd like to be in one of those. I'd like to go for a ride in one of those.
you know it's not as vintage, I guess, but yeah, I mean it will throw you back in the seat. Like I never knew a big jet like that could move, and do a combat takeoff as well as it could, especially the whole company of Marines in the back. But we flew C-17 from Kuwait to Al Assad Air Base. Then from Al Assad we used CH-53s, the helicopters, to actually take us to ferry us over to
Oh,
the
the Chinooks?
yeah, or no, they're just one blade. They're actually bigger than the Chinook, believe it or not. But they only have one blade, the 53s. But they're the fastest helicopter too in the Marine Corps, I think.
Is the Chinook the 47?
Yeah, the 47.
Oh,
I think that's also only like an army name for them, but yeah, they call them like Sea Stallion, or actually no, I forget the exact name for them in the Marine Corps, but I never rode on one of those though. It was all 17s, 53s, and UH-1 one time, and what else did I get to ride in? Friggin' a few boats that throw your head around when you just go around in the on open ocean with them.
You ever get up any C5?
No, I went in one at an air show, but yeah, we never used them or anything. It would have made more sense to use that because we could have probably packed the whole battalion on a C5 versus just a company. But
Right.
I don't know, actually, yeah. Because the C-17, I guess the C-17 was like a perfect fit because you could fit like exactly one company on it at a time, it seemed like. So it was pretty ideal for just ferrying us, from Al Assad Air Base to Kuwait. And believe it or not, from Elok has joined the game. But from Kuwait to for the rest of the way to the United States, we were essentially like going from, I think it was like Kuwait to Germany, and then from Germany to Ireland, from Ireland to New York, and from New York to back to Pendleton. But it was we actually used civilian transit from there. Granted, it was the whole airplane was filled with service members, but it was oh man, I forget the name of the airline company, but it was some charter company that gets like essentially rented by the Uncle Sam to take their troops around. Falling back a little bit. Let's see. Showing 14,500 pounds. Estimated when we get there. That should be enough to get back.
My thing has not changed off the 17,000.
There's I think Elok behind us. I'm not sure what he's in. I'm taking a look at it right now.
Someone doing?
Yeah. It looks like a DC-3.
Oh my god.
Oh, let's not try to hit ya. My bad. I got dangerously close there.
No worries.
Had I been at the exact same altitude, we would have collided. What's up?
No, man. I was gonna say, you ever seen that one video of it was an F-18, and I believe, I want to say like an A-4 Skyhawk, I forgot who dropped the bomb, but it was like a...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Hornet drops the bomb and takes off the wing of the A4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was just like a death bomb, or what, I don't know what you call them, just a... a dud or something.
Yeah, or like it was like a training munition or something like that. But I don't think
Yeah.
they had like active warhead in it. It was just like the weight to see how it separates from the aircraft.
Yeah, it was
Well,
just the weight. It didn't have a warhead.
that A4 not only saw how it separates from that aircraft, but how it collides with his.
Yeah.
I think he was okay though, wasn't he? I don't think he got. I think he bailed out successfully.
Well, as long as the pilot lived, right?
What's up?
As long as he lived.
Yeah. Elok has left the game. Home fuel master caution. I'm not concerned about that because I'm about to come right back out of the power setting I'm in. There we go. Back with you, left wing. A lot more stable now.
Right.
Actually, I'm gonna make sure I'm widening my distance a little bit just for a second. So I'm gonna go into
You're good.
the cabinet and grab some SpaghettiOs real quick and a spoon. I'll be right back. I'm back. Yeah, I'm still in relatively the same position.
Fantastic.
Yeah, these are delicious. I don't even heat them up. SpaghettiOs. Hopefully a MiG doesn't come in and like wreck me while I'm eating.
Oh, don't worry. I'm a somewhat decent wingman. Try to be.
Thing is if we get like jumped by a Eurofighter or something like that, we would have to probably jettison our ship.
Oh man.
Just because we would have to get lightweight enough, for like if we were gonna get into a engagement with like someone who is lightweight as well, in a fighter configuration. Either that, or we would bring our nose around real quick and just throw an AIM-9 at him or something.
Right, that'd probably be what I do.
Well, it wouldn't be anything to be ashamed of in this configuration. We're in a bomber configuration right now. Yeah.
Right.
So it's definitely we would be showing a lot of restraint if we didn't do that. Now on the way back though, the thing is like the sweet spot is like say we're on the way back and like initially, even though we won't have any air-to-ground ordnance, so we'll be fairly lightweight, I would still probably opt for a missile shot in a lot of cases, just because of the fact I don't want to get into a turning fight that far away from a ship, and start burning through thousands of pounds worth of gas, without knowing exactly how long the engagement is going to last.
Right.
So at that distance, it's kind of in your best interest just to break it off or like find an exit or just kill the guy as fast as possible,
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas like if we were going back to, like, say if we got jumped though in the Arabian Gulf when we're only like 50 miles from the ship and we still both have like 6,000 pounds of gas. The great thing about that is we probably could get into a turning fight just because we're extremely lightweight at that point. We'll turn on a dime, you know, like we're a gunfighter at that point all the way. I mean, you can throw a missile at someone, but at the same time, you can almost you're almost guaranteed to dominate your opponent at that point, even if you choose to just get a gun skill or something like that.
Right.
Just because you're gonna be so lightweight. Going to be also so close to the ship that it won't really matter if you burn too much gas. Like you could burn through 3,000 pounds of gas and still have 3,000 pounds left over to trap with.
Hell yeah, as long as you have point one to trap. That's probably not the best
I don't know if I would,
but-
be comfortable in cutting it that close. But like, if you're still 50 miles out, that might take you 3,000 pounds just to get back, depending on your altitude.
How's the chat looking in stream?
No one's saying anything recently. Either that or my internet's messed up or something. I'm just not seeing anything.
Oh my god, tell me how sexy my jet looks.
It does look sexy.
Oh, thank you, Doc. Here's those two.
This will be actually the longest range co-op stream I think I've ever done. If we do a successful strike, this will be the longest range stream where like 2 jets have actually successfully taken off, blown something up, and returned to the ship successfully.
Yeah, 1,400 total miles, dude. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Doing about 9 miles a minute through the air.
How fast? 9 miles a minute?
Yeah, or the way I always do it is you just look at your Machometer on your HUD, just move the decimal place over 1 to the right, and that's how many miles a minute you're doing approximately.
Oh, shit, right?
Yeah, so if you can always just like do like a on the fly calculation, like if I'm doing 10 miles a minute, and if we're doing 200 miles out, then that would be 20 minutes out or something like that. So
Oh.
but if you look at your HSI, it will always concur. Like that's pretty much how the HSI does its calculation, for distance.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it does it a little bit more accurately, but that's how to do it off the top of your head, essentially.
Right.
Let's see. Oh, we're halfway there at least. Yeah, holy crap, we're in the 200s now.
Cool. 284.
Yep. We're getting close.
Sounds good.
So, ISIS somehow got their hands on 2 SA-2 guideline launchers. Or full SAM batteries.
Wait, what was that?
ISIS somehow got their hands on 2 SA-2 guideline launchers, SAM batteries. And
Oh my God.
that's what we're going to destroy right now.
Jesus Christ.
No, I don't know if they have. They don't. I mean, they have some scary shit, I'm sure, in real life, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they exactly have that. But I was just trying to make a backstory for.
Scary.
No,
I'm just saying, our shit is scary.
yeah. The biggest thing that worries me that they might have their hands on is like stuff that we might have left over in Iraq right now, like that they might have gotten from the Iraqi army when they abandoned some of their posts a few years ago. Like,
Oh yeah.
like, like for example, a guide or not a, yeah, I was gonna say the little shoulder fired the sterile launchers, but really we had, I think we had some stingers, that we left behind, which kind of worry me,
Stinkers or stingers?
Stingers. They're the U.S. version of the sterile, pretty much. Or actually, I think we invented it first, but it's man pads. They're a shoulder fired, man portable air defense system. But
Oh my god.
but obviously you could, if you're a bad guy, you could use it for offensive purposes and like have it, just as a terrorist act, like have it do it at the end of a runway or something like that. If you could get one, to a civilian airport,
Right.
yeah. I'm sure there's. I would hope that like the authorities are like working on making sure that doesn't happen. Like trying to track all those ones that are unaccounted for if there are any. I'm not even. I would not know about that. Man, yeah, this is one of the longest range strikes I think. How's it going, OPS? We are flying to Ubaidi, Iraq to go bomb it. And then we'll be heading back to the ship, and it's about like an hour and 20 minutes each way. Oh, that was your friendly spike. We have not even made it to the target yet.
It blows my mind that you can find that sweet spot in the throttle, dude. Like, it really does. Like, you are literally not moving. Not going forward, not going back. Like, that's awesome. I need to get better at that.
I'm sitting here eating SpaghettiOs.
It's a long flight, man. You get hungry.
Heck yeah. We did start on the ship, and we're going to be returning to the ship for a night recovery. If all goes to plan. Hopefully we don't get killed by the SAM site up here.
Hey, listen, I've learned a lot. We're not gonna die.
Come back to the left a little bit. There
Although the other day, it was crazy. I was flying with AA, and I was just in the Charlie Hornet, and
we go.
there's not, the avionics aren't there yet in it, so you can't like get it apart. You can't like acquire the target like you can in this. And
Yeah.
it was just insane. I literally saw one of the SAM site missiles go probably about 2.5 feet under my jet, right past me. And it was coming right at me. It was like I was on like a head-on course for it, but right as it got about 1.5 miles away, I did a quick pull up real quick and was able to avoid it. And it was about 2 feet from my jet.
Oh man, I've definitely had a few close calls. Wasn't it? Oh man, what was that comedian's name? Was it George Carlin? He said like, why do they call it a near miss when like airplanes almost hit each other? It's like if anything, it should be called a near hit because if they hit, that's when it's a near miss because like they actually hit. And people would be like, "Oh man, they nearly missed, but they didn't. Instead, they hit. They almost missed, but they didn't quite miss." 18.4.
That makes actually a lot of sense. So.
Whoa, you got your had some flares.
Yeah, I thought I'd show the viewers a little.
Let's see. Let's see how much further we got. I think that only 220.
220.
So, 200 miles went by fast.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, nice. And or shouldn't be too long before you start seeing Sam site. Yeah, we're under 30 minutes. We're actually in there, so probably about another 15 minutes before we start seeing the spikes.
Cool. How many did you put up?
2.
Ah, okay.
So they're we have more than enough ordnance, hopefully, to kill them.
Alright. Did you want to do them separate or together?
We can probably do them together if you want.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Planning on firing off our harms. Probably around like 60 miles. I'll go line abreast for that.
You're going to do it in TO mode?
Yeah. TOO.
Right. Why is it that, do they run out of fuel in TOO mode and then just kind of glide to the target?
Yeah.
Or...
Well, they always, it's pretty rare that they're going to burn all the way to the target, unless you fire from like 10 miles or something like that.
Oh, wow. So even in PB mode, they burn out?
Yeah. They're and even in TOO, you'll notice they'll climb up really high, and that's because they're using their solid rocket booster to get really high up where there's not much air, where it can essentially there's not much resistance. They kind of throw themselves like a Hail Mary towards the target, and once they get near the area, that's when they start angling themselves down. They'll use they'll actually even still be building speed a lot of times just because they're so aerodynamic. They'll still be supersonic, just cutting through the air really quick, in a dive towards the target.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we do have aerial refueling. However, the nearest tanker is about 500 miles to the south of us right now, which we did use earlier, but we topped off with that. But yeah, right now I have 18,000.2 or 18,000 pounds 200 or 18,200 pounds of gas on board, and we haven't quite burned through our wing tanks right now, but we still got this extra tank right here in the middle. We should have more than enough to get back, hopefully. Yeah. But yeah, we took off from the ship. The tanker was at Angels 20, so we went up and rendezvoused with him just so we would top off, and because we burned about, what was it, like 2 or 3,000 pounds of gas, just climbing up through Angels 20. So we topped off before we started heading over here, or heading north towards the SAM sites, I should say. Oh, we are within 200 miles now. Some moon coming up to the west, it looks like. Or east, excuse me. Yeah, like left from right, east from west, man. I'm doing terrible tonight. It's like, it must be opposite day. Yeah, the Hornets, dude, we're flying Superhornets right now, which are a little bit better at with their sea legs. We're doing a 700 nautical mile stream, so it should be a grand total of about 1,400 miles that we're traversing tonight. So it's a little bit further than, yeah, a lot of people would realize a Hornet could go. But yeah, at this altitude, we're actually in minimum burners, which actually it runs more efficiently than at mill power. At this altitude, don't try that at low altitudes, because you'll run out of gas really quick with burners. Dude, on Sunday, you know what we should do? Is for the mess around stream, we should share a S3 Viking and try a strike.
Oh, alright. Yeah, you can show me how to use the systems on that thing.
Oh, I have no idea, but we'll have fun figuring it out.
Yeah, in the S3, the pilots sit next to each other, correct?
Yeah, they're side by side.
Gotta be interesting.
I've done one strike with that thing so far, and it actually worked out pretty well. But let's see, how's our? Still showing expected 17,000 pounds of gas when we get there, which is pretty good.
Is that me getting the ILS beacon or you?
Oh shoot, I'm not getting ILS.
I don't know what that was. Maybe it was in my song I'm listening to, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, we were doing. I've done one of them before, but in this one you can also share it, so you can have a crew of 2 in the S3. Unlike this one. Who's driving right now? That would be me and Anthony. I'm in this jet that we're in right now, and Anthony's over here in this one. So we're both flying.
Yeah, that's me. I'm catching an ILS beacon. I don't know why. Whatever, not too big of a deal, so.
See, I don't have ILS, or nothing's in range, it looks like. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm getting it too. Alright, so I'm just gonna...
You're getting the beacon now?
Yeah. But if you can turn it off, though, I'm pretty sure if it's your TACAN.
Oh, okay.
If you look on the left side of your seat, you'll see a volume control panel.
Yep.
And you'll look for TACAN on there.
Oh, got it.
Either that or it might be ICS. Let me see.
Alright, see a TACAN, does it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna turn both those off. We are getting somewhat close. We're only 150 miles out now. Oops, where am I? Ah, there you are. So let's see, at 150 miles doing HSI, so a little bit, probably about 10 minutes out from starting to employ our weapons. Start thinking about employing our weapons.
We're at 143 out.
Yeah.
142. Wow, that went quick. Gotta find some nice music to put on for this strike here.
Let's see. Yeah, as old as this game is, I still think it looks pretty good for. I'm not saying it's like the best looking sim out there, you know, especially by modern standards, but it's like, for as old as it is, I think it's pretty damn good.
It's the funnest and probably the most efficient.
Yeah. Very versatile. There we go. I'm actually in the proper NADOPS position, or I drifted into the proper NADOPS formation position. Actually, now I'm a little bit behind, but it's supposed to have those two nozzles flush with each other and the missile rail to the head.
Oh man.
Lined up, but
It's kind of close.
well, yeah, it's rare they actually fly that close. Like in transit, they really like in real life, if we were flying this close, like in transit, I would probably actually break off or like spread out a little bit. Just for that reason, like earlier, you know, like where I drifted a little bit too close to you, and I had to pull up real quick. Like I wouldn't want to. Because in real life, you actually, it's mid-airs are a little bit more serious, I think. Yeah, and I know in real life, a lot of times they'll be like a mile apart. A lot of times, like spacing wise, sometimes. So that really, it minimizes the possibility. Now, granted, it's all situational dependent. You know, like if there was a situation where they were like trying to, you know, they might be like line of rest like half a mile apart or something like that, or a mile apart. But 120 miles. What do you think? Should we jettison our wing tanks?
I don't know, man.
They are expensive.
I know.
I'm getting to that point. I'm at 17.7 right now. 17.6 means I'm starting to feed out of the center tank. Oh, man.
What am I at here? I am at 17.6.
I think we should jettison them because I really appreciated the time that whatever fighter pilot jettisoned his tanks over near battle position Veracruz, because we used to use that as target practice all the time.
Alright, I'll jettison them.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop mine off. I got 2 inboard tanks.
Alright.
There we go. Tank's gone.
Tanks
Oh yeah,
out.
I saw it years ago. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, so do you have the issue where if you hover over the jettison button, your cursor starts...
Yeah, I have to like spam it. I have to
Yeah,
spam it so
same
you get
with
it
me.
through.
Like, that shit is so annoying.
Still see the tanks down there falling. No. So we gave him 4 new targets on the ground. I know we weren't going to ever be able to fill those back up, but then again, in real life, they probably wouldn't jettison them just because they're so expensive, you know, if they didn't need to. I figured that would decrease our drag slightly. We're now doing 0.92 Mach. How's your fuel state?
My fuel state was actually the same as yours, 17 and a half.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm 17.6 right now.
Right.
There's 0.93 Mach. Yeah, we're picking up some speed now that we got rid of those things. Still showing estimated 17,000 pounds of gas when we get there. We are within 100 miles now. I'm going to bracket left, or space out to the left a little bit.
Right.
Because once we start getting those SAM sites, or start getting I'm also going to go to a little bit of a lower altitude than you. The reason being is if you were to say switch over to TOO and get a SAM site locked up, and say if it's off to your left, it might cause your jet to veer left, you know. So as long as we're at different altitudes, we can cross over, you know, and target at our own discretion, you know, without worrying about running into each other. It's a little bit more hilly than I thought it would be, but I think by the time we make it up there, though, I know to the south there was like some hills and whatnot, but we should be getting a spike here pretty soon.
All right. Looking very sexy over there now.
You know, this thing, it does not look like where Ubaidi should be on the map. I think the waypoint might have been wrong, or the SAM site was wrong. Maybe I didn't zoom in far enough, because sometimes the map and TAC view don't line up correctly. It should have been to western Iraq, but yeah, that is what I was just looking at. Was we're pretty much in Kurdistan right now. I was about to say this is not as nearly as mountainous as where we were. You know what though? We're going to I'm gonna throw one out there anyways.
Spike, 12 o'clock.
Yeah, same. So I'm going to go ahead and
on team 3?
yeah, I guess it's on team 3. Let's see if I can change that. Grant, if I was to try to do, because I use the drop-in menu to do it.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if I was to do it any other way, I'd have to pause, which I kind of don't want to do.
Right. No, it's fine as long as it'll still act the same way.
Yeah, it should. Grant, we're not going to really give him a chance to shoot at us. I'm going to go ahead and go to TOO mode and gonna lock them up.
Yeah, I am in
Spike
TO
City.
mode.
And I'm also gonna get his exact coordinates too.
Alright. Now, I don't need to get the exact coordinates, right? If I don't want to, if I'm...
You don't have to, but if you're planning on employing those 2,000 pounders, then I probably would.
Right. Right.
Alright, there we go.
Alright.
3926. I got
Alright,
39262114 and 41122396.
Alright, let's see. 1 second.
Whoops. There
Yeah, I got it on my DDI over here, so I'm gonna plug them in.
we go. Yeah, nice. Oh shoot, he's already in range. I'm gonna go ahead and fire Magnum if that's cool.
Absolutely.
310 Magnum.
I am not in range yet, surprisingly. It would pop up on my HUD in range, right?
You should be, even if it just might be in a different firing mode, like you might not have the target box or something. But you should be able to get away with firing one. And it should hit. We got Magnums to spare.
Alright, yeah, 305 Magnum.
Nice.
Goodbye, friend.
I'm gonna look on. Actually, yeah, we should. Well within range. I'm actually gonna go to pre-brief mode and fire my second one in pre-brief mode, just to ensure a hit. And once we get really close, I'm gonna form back up with you, and we can drop our Mark 84s.
Alright.
We're gonna hit it with combined ordnance of 8,000 pounds of RDX.
Oh, man.
Actually, that's actually the weapon weight, so it doesn't have quite that much explosives. Coming up on pre-brief mode range. .310 Magnum. Come back to you.
Alright.
If you want to, you might want to. Oh, I was about to suggest to fire off your Magnum at it before it goes away. Looks like I was a little bit late.
Oh, I thought there was 2 SAM sites. I was saving the other one for the other one.
Oh, you can. Grant, I can spawn another one in if you want to. But
Oh, no, you're good. 305 Magnum.
go with the left wing.
Alright.
I'm going to go ahead and start setting up my FLIR too. Are you still on a couple waypoint or a couple for the exact SAM site?
I am not right now. I'm actually watching my 88 Charlie right
Oh
now.
yeah. There we go. I'm 60 seconds out. Weapons release. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my laser. don't know if you're going to be able to make this bomb drop if you're not already prepped yet.
One sec. I'm gonna come right here. Hang on.
Oh, shoot, I'm going to stick on target for right now because I'm 30 seconds out from my bomb or weapons release.
Roger. Alright, yeah, I'm at 30 seconds till weapons release, 25 now. I'm getting back on course.
Yeah.
Should be alright.
310, bomb's gone. Oh, shh. What the hell? Should be,
305, bomb's gone.
I don't know if this is going to hit him or not. We're going to take a look at my bombs. Oh no, I am way short.
Are you?
Yeah. Oh, I was way short. That was no es muy frio. Not very cool.
20 seconds till impact.
Yeah, I saw something had gone wrong with this freaking, I'm right behind you. Because the way my FLIR was going over the mountains, I don't think I took into account the altitude. It was probably a high altitude mountaintop.
Mine hit direct hits.
Nice. At least one of us knows what we're doing.
Yeah, kinda. Coming left here, my bad.
No worries. No, I'm still with you.
Alright.
I'm
Can you
heading
start
back
back
to...
your ship?
Yeah, probably so.
Alright, I'm just gonna keep it in a kind of slow turn for right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on nose cold.
Roger.
Do you have coordinates for waypoint 0? Or home?
Oh man.
No, it's all good. If you don't, I can give them to you.
Oh, you got him? Alright, yeah.
Yeah.
You got him.
That's going to be, let me know when you're ready.
Ready?
It's going to be 29
29
15
15
37
37
00,
00.
and that is north.
Roger.
And then you got 50
50
19
19
26
26
00.
00.
Yeah, and that is east.
East. Roger.
I think I got out in front of you a little bit there. I should be lower than you though. Yeah, there
Alright,
you go.
going on a couple of waypoint. Might jump a little bit.
No worries. I'm coming back to you.
Roger, B out is on.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my lasers.
Currently looking like we're gonna have 12,000 pounds on the return, so that's good.
Oh, nice. 12,000 pounds when we get there?
Yeah.
Holy cow, yeah. I guess once we get rid of all that junk off our wings.
Yeah, it really increases our efficiency.
Yeah. Yeah, these things really move. There's I am now officially supersonic. I'm gonna go back into nav mode. to you still.
Right. Yeah, 12,000 pounds, hour and 22 minutes.
Holy cow. So I gotta see this to believe it. I'm gonna go on to FPH and roll hold. I think you're right. Yeah, because I'm showing 11,000.
All right.
With ya.
Roger that. I got you.
I'm loose left-eshish.
Left S's.
Yeah. That's what we used to call it on the Blues. If it looked, they're like, as a number 4, a lot of times if we went into like another formation, I would call out the formation after everyone was set. So like, say Jimmy would say like, you know, we are in for the left echelon roll. You know, go left echelon, and then you know everyone would say, like, I don't know, Duff, shoot, Doc. You know, or like 3 of us would chime in. Then after we made it there, after I start looking down a perfect left echelon, I'm gonna call left echelon. You know, like letting Jimmy know, like at this point we're all set. You know, or it's in the correct. Yeah. So but if it looked like crap and we were still trying to make it in for the maneuver anyways, I would start saying like left-ish, esh-ish. Yeah. Not quite a good left echelon, but like if it looks like maybe acceptable for a show, but you know, it's not our best. We'll call it the left esh-ish. Now, granted, this definitely wouldn't be, obviously the spacing on that right now wouldn't be show quality at all or anything, but I'm not trying to do, oh yeah, Cheeseburglar. We did get rid of our 2 wing drop tanks. We hung on to our middle ones though, just because they cost about, what is it, like $10,000 or $20,000 a pop, depending on. It probably varies also on acquisitions on how many they order at a time from Sergeant Fletcher Company, the company that makes the drop tanks.
So either they just drop 40,000 or 80,000.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd imagine that there's like a special number essentially. Feeling extra confident right now. I'm gonna Christmas tree myself. Mex are gonna be mad you got rid of those. He's not wrong.
Did you get a reaming?
Yeah. Especially if you didn't need to get rid of them. I would especially get the reaming. Like I have messed up on this mission. This is like luckily like for me I had a good wingman with me that was able to hit the target, but it was like I missed the target and I wasted a bunch of drop tanks.
At least mine is, so that's good.
I think my harm hit, but that was probably about it.
Yeah, your arm definitely hit, because mine actually didn't. I don't know why.
It might be because mine had already blown it up, and it didn't have any active radar source anymore to go after. Because we had already thrown 3 of them in that direction, you know, or into that general area. So like I had shot 2 and you had already shot 1, you know. So I'm guessing out of those 3, they had already found the 2 active radar sources and killed them.
Oh.
So we probably had I'm guessing 50% hit probability on our harms and then 50% hit on our bombs.
Well, I know for a fact I got 100% of my bombs. I was
Yeah.
watching it through
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Is like for the flight itself. Like we had one guy that totally whiffed the target, and then one of them that got all of his bombs on target. Oh man. Nice. Yeah, we were going a lot faster back than we were going up too. It's nice not having all that extra
hour
gas.
15 left.
Yeah.
Jeez, it'll be probably 5 a.m. here by the time we land.
Oh shit. This is gonna be your longest range stream. I think this is like the almost as far as
yeah,
your.
for sure.
Holy shit. Yeah. It's crazy. Dude, yeah, thanks for staying up. Yeah, you're all the way on the East Coast.
I'm
Man,
not
it's,
done, man. I'm not even that tired, to be honest.
man,
It's weird, dude. Ever since I cut back on putting my cookies into the oven, I can wake up at 7 a.m. and I can stay up till 7 a.m. It's probably not the best, but...
it's got a home fuel master caution. If any of the streamers are wondering what that beep was, that was just my throttle adjusting my power. Getting a master caution on that, but it should be gone by now. Yep.
Yeah, I haven't even touched my throttle in about 35 minutes. More than that, actually. It's probably been like an hour since I've even touched my throttle.
I think I got you right at mill, it seems like. Do you have any burners sticking out on your external view? Because I got you,
Yes.
Oh, okay. Actually, I think I can see your burners if I go into extra. Yeah, if I actually look behind your jet, like I can see them.
No, okay. Yeah, my burners are actually right where yours are. They're actually matching pretty good right now.
I'm actually gonna quit giving away our position. My bad. So I'll leave the formation ones on for right now.
My bad, what'd you say?
I was just saying I'll leave the formation lights on for right now. I'll cut them back a little bit. Yeah, we got an hour before we start looking at doing a Case 3 recovery CV1 approach. See if I can't get a 3-wire out of this tonight. What did I get last time? I think it was a 4-wire or last.
4.
Yeah. Oh man. I almost boltered it.
It's alright. Like you said, 3, 4, 2, bolter 1. It's like you said yesterday, 3, 4, 2,
Yeah.
bolter 1.
Yeah, the order of preference of wires. I'll take a bolter before I'll take a 1-wire.
I honestly, I feel personally attacked because I always snag the 1-wire.
Oh man. Yeah, it's taxi to the 1-wire. Oh nice, I just saw your flares. It's too off.
I think that was a very successful mission there, Doc.
Yeah.
So that was a very successful mission.
Oh yeah. I was saying who yeah. I was giving you acknowledgement of motivation. It was successful thanks to you because I totally freaking whiffed the target. I would have taken out maybe the radar sites, but as far as the launchers go, they would have just been able to salvage those and stick them up somewhere else in Iraq to go hurt someone with them. Holy cow! Yeah, this is gonna be over a 3 hour long stream.
Oh man.
This is gonna be like a 3.5 hour long stream, I think.
With no bogeys engaged.
Yeah.
Maybe someone will join.
Well, that's the thing is we can hold our own usually on an unpassworded session. Like a lot of people say, like that's their reasoning for not doing unpassworded like public sessions is because like they don't want someone coming in and messing with them. But like if you watch our streams a lot, like that's actually only like 10% of streams we actually have someone hostile come in. You know, like it's
Yeah, exactly.
yeah it's this is a lot more like real life, I guess, in the sense like it's a lot less likely you're gonna see actual like bandit, you know, like it's, and especially in this server, just because they know that we're streaming and they know that we're pretty darn good, so they're probably gonna get shot down.
It's pretty fun too when someone comes in, you know, mess around, shoot them down. It's pretty fun.
Oh, I'm not, yeah, cheeseburger. I'm not gonna get a Navy achievement. Anthony might, or Venom over there might get a name out of this, but yeah, I'm gonna get like probably a knife hand out of this. That's about all I'll get. Yeah. Knife hand and a devil dogging. You're like, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, you totally whiffed your target. Like it. And then, like when I'm watching the stream back, like I'll see like exactly what I did wrong. I'll be, oh my god, I didn't have the bomb in this mode. That's why it whiffed. But
If you when you look at the tag view for this,
uh-huh.
can you look at my farm and see where the hell it went?
Yeah, it probably just overflew the target area because it never found any active radar to engage. You know. But
Oh, okay.
that would be my guess. But yeah, you can always look at it and find out where the heck it probably went to Timbuktu. Master Chief will give a good talking about the missing drop tanks.
Oh man.
Oh, that's the thing about a Master Chief is even if you're an officer, like an aviator or something like that, once you like start dealing with chiefs or like senior enlisted, they don't obviously if you go by the book they don't have authority over the officers, you know, but they just it's almost like a respect thing. Like they can a lot of times still knife hand the officers and like give them. The thing is usually the Master Chiefs are going to be also friends with the captain and stuff like that.
Oh man.
So like usually like the senior enlisted are going to have a lot more weight to pull around around a school, like any really operational unit, just because they're going to have a lot more. Not only do they have the experience and the respect, but also like the CO usually and like the senior officers are going to be buddy with the senior enlisted too. So they're obviously going to be able to pull a bit more weight than a junior officer that decided to jettison his drop tanks and then totally whiffed the target. Just got to pull out of burners a little bit, because it looks like I'm pulling slightly ahead.
Brad, what's your fuel state?
I am looking at 14.4 right now.
Oh, okay. I'm at 15.9.
Yeah. I burned a little bit more on the way in and out once we dropped the bombs. So. Let's see. It's funny, all you have to do is like touch the throttle and we'll come in and out of burners. I'm actually going to go to right wing, I think. You're a little better illuminated from that side for right now.
Right.
Actually, I'm going to try, since we're lightweight enough now, that I could roll over you, or tuck under you. This is kind of tricky at this altitude. You got to widen it out a lot, but it wasn't terrible. Wasn't the best either.
Oh, that looks good.
I can barely see your burners. That's kind of cool.
Oh man.
Hey, what up, Staples? Staples is in chat.
Staples is in your stream?
Yeah.
Very nice.
He just called me a hobo. I stopped living on trains a long time ago, man. Isn't that what hobos are? Or like or the original name of a hobo was like someone who would like sneak on trains and just live on them.
Yeah, live in the boxcars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Get some more cookies in the oven. So let's see, we've been streaming for 2 hours. That means the ship's 40 miles to the west. Wait, which?
Okay, I'm not picking up the TCM yet.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, you're not expected to. You're probably gonna pick it up about 220 miles. That's when it's gonna be over the horizon. But right now, the curvature of the Earth would prevent us from even seeing it.
I wouldn't be so quick to talk about the curvature of the Earth. There's some flat earthers and.
Oh man. I'm actually gonna turn off formation lights. Secure those so I don't forget about it. We can actually turn on the floodlight. Cockpit floodlight. Oh no, you got an army flag on.
What?
You have an army flag on. I just noticed.
What the hell are you talking about?
On your right shoulder, it's an army flag. The Navy and Marine Corps just wears theirs on their left shoulder. Like the right way, where it's actually like the stars are on the left side, you know, of the flag. But
Hey, listen, you're the one that designed my flight.
I'll have to change that. That is affirmative, Cheeseburger. We are going to be doing a Case 3 recovery CV1 approach, which is going to be a night recovery. That's going to be in about an hour or so. Let's see. Yeah, we're about an hour out. Yeah, granted, in all fairness, I've seen like Navy people and or sailors and Marines wear it on the right shoulder. It just kind of gets annoying. I don't know. It's a boot thing to do, in my opinion. You should. Navy and Marine Corps just wears the correct-looking flag, and they just put it on their left shoulder instead of trying to put it on the right shoulder. But I know it's part of the Army uniform. They can't. It's not like a soldier can do anything about it, but. But I have seen like whenever I like sometimes you'll see like a pilot or something like that fresh out of flight school do it or something. Just because they see a patch of Velcro somewhere on their shoulder and they're like, aha, I'll just put a reverse flag here. Not knowing that that's really more of a Army thing. Let's see. I'm gonna see if my guy has one on. Yeah, I got the Blue Angels patch still on my left shoulder. Or on my right shoulder. On my left shoulder, I don't have anything, it looks like. Let's see. One more hour. Still looking good on gas. How are you doing?
I am doing just dandy. I got 15 and a half actually.
Yeah, I'm expected to have 10,500 when I get there.
Let's see. I am expecting 12,000.
Yeah. If you want, actually, you want to put it up into burners until you see it at 8,000 pounds, or just under 8,000. You're probably gonna have like 7,000 or something like that. The reason I say that is 8,000 is gonna be maximum trap weight, so we might as well burn what we got until maximum trap weight.
Right. Alright, yeah, I'm at 8,000.
Yeah. We might actually get a supersonic too. Yeah, we're gonna be supersonic.
Cool.
We're at 0.99 right now. We're officially doing 10 miles a minute. Not quite, I guess, but we're here in a second once that once we get to 351 or 352, it'll be that. Here's 351. There's supersonic. I'm officially at Mach 1 now. Oh, is that you in chat, Anthony F305? F305? And F305?
I think so.
That's gotta be, yeah. Is that either that or you got a fan?
Yeah, right? Doubt that would happen. I'm my own fan, dog.
You're my favorite pilot. I'm your fan.
Fantastic. You're my favorite pilot.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem.
Oh yeah. So that cut down on our time a little bit. We're shaved off like 5 minutes or so.
All right. $56 out.
Yep. Now, granted, the ship. Yeah. Well, actually, no. This will be perfect because we'll just make a right turn to the ship when we're finally ready to.
Alright, cool.
Moon's on the other side. I'm gonna actually switch back to your port side. That's cool.
Roger that.
Try another tuck under, actually. I was gonna scoot under with my rudder. We should be good on gas, actually. We just increased our burners a little bit because we were actually going to get to the ship with too much gas to trap. So we're burning off a little bit of extra gas right now on the way back.
Love your name, Cheeseburger.
Back on your port side.
Oh God, did you just do a tuck under roll?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It was pretty sloppy though. It's taking me. I pulled way too much power out on it.
At this altitude, I still give you props.
Alright. Coming back over to you. Let's see. Yeah, essentially the maximum trap weight of these things is 44,000 pounds. But general rule of thumb though, if you don't have any weapons on your wings or anything like that, around 9,000 pounds or 8,000 pounds if you have pylons and like a center tank on and whatnot. And generally, you also want that that center tank to be empty when you trap, or any wing tanks. The reason being is with the acceleration forces, or deceleration, or depending how you look at it, it's a change in velocity, essentially when you trap, and you don't want all that fluid sloshing around. Essentially, you wouldn't want 3,000 pounds of gas sloshing. In other words. Beep is probably getting a little bit annoying. That's just the home fuel master caution. But as long as we're at this power setting, we'll be good. But we're staying right at supersonic. Which we can obviously go a little bit faster, but we're in pretty darn close to first stage burners, or minimum burners. I think there's one less stage than these, but we're pretty darn close to the low end of the spectrum. I'm gonna clean up those other SAM sites, though. I'll have to like actually get like a legit flight plan and plan it out a little bit better, and we'll go after the other ones one of these days, I think. So I'm not sure exactly. I don't have the coordinates and everything to plug it in right now, but yeah, I don't think we're anywhere near them. But at least I cleaned up the server a little bit, so it should run a little bit better. Those are unnecessary sim objects out there being generated.
Right.
looks pretty cool.
Got such a tickle in my throat right now, I don't know why.
That's how we look flying by. Yeah, the Legacy Hornets, everything's still analog in them. Or a lot of the stuff is. Engine fuel display on the Alphas is analog in the Legacies, but on the Charlies it's digital engine fuel display. But but yeah, on these it's obviously you got this the upfront display or the UFCD. This one is obviously all digital now. All the functions though are pretty much the same as the Legacy Hornet though. But like if you know your way around the Legacy Hornet, you'll be able to easily transition into the Superhornet cockpit. Yeah, and also we got the floodlights too we can turn on, and then you can also go into night vision mode too, which is where everything is all green. The reason they have this though isn't to make it all cool for our eyes. It's if we put on night vision goggles like this, it won't blind us. Same with we can also. Oh, we don't want to do that. But essentially we can put on night vision goggles and nothing's going to blind us anymore. But under normal operating conditions like that. And if you can see it under night vision goggles, you can kind of get blinded a little bit by some of this stuff. I don't really mind that too much though. Like I usually don't bother with the night vision mode. We can definitely turn it on the floodlight though for right now. Which in real life, that's this little thing right here. We usually keep pointing it down. That doesn't have any effect though in FSX if we flip it up or not. I like to keep mine down for immersion though. Let's see, 45 minutes out. It's not too much longer. Now obviously I usually don't use night vision goggles unless we're like flying like this, or the night vision goggles in game. Granted, on the ground in real life, I do like using, or I think they're very useful tools and everything. But even for dogfighting, typically I'll actually use the FLIR pod and just have it display on my HUD like this. The reason being is in real life, if you were to put night vision goggles on, start doing high G maneuvers, like trying to throw your head around the cockpit a bunch, it's probably not going to be too ideal, or it might not be as natural as just having, you know, regular instrument flying and then just looking for the target within your HUD, which is where it's going to be usually. Which this is a lot easier, and if I do pull, you know, like we've actually pulled 10 Gs at some point during this flight, so that's not going to turn the, you know, 1 pound night vision goggles into a 10 pound weight on my face all of a sudden. Turn that off for now. We shouldn't actually need that this flight. But yeah, that's actually, if you look at the YouTube channel, we on some of the PvP engagements, or if we get bandits and whatnot, sometimes that's actually what I'll use at night a lot of times. Is not the night vision, but just the HUD night vision, or the HUD FLIR system.
Hi, I'm the lead. How's it going?
Yeah, it looks
Best
like
thing
my
you've ever seen.
bit rate is like all over the place. Stream quality. I'm hoping it's still working good. I'll get me closer to you. Oh man. It's funny actually when we were she was talking about the Iraqi air show. When we were remember when we were pulling out of Iraq in '07, or my battalion was leaving, like, or my company was, we were getting on a C-17, all lined up behind one, and two Superhornets that were escorting the C-17 back through, Iraqi airspace to Kuwait. They put on a little air show for us over the runway while we were waiting to get on the airplane. Like, they did a few, like, aileron rolls and stuff like that flying by. Man, yeah, 40 more minutes out. I'm estimating 6,500 pounds of gas when we get there.
Oh my god.
Huh.
No, this is funny. Ricky, or it says sports headlines. I'm sure it's just a joke, but it's pretty funny. It says, Ricky Williams blames Pop for his failed drug test. And quote, I forgot I wasn't supposed to get high.
Wait, who is this that blamed pot for?
It says Ricky Williams. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, same here.
I just thought the thing was funny.
Yeah.
I got high and forgot I wasn't supposed to get high.
Well, you failed your drug test. Well, why? Why is that? Like, that's not my fault. That's the weed's fault.
Yeah, like, what did you want me to do?
Oh man.
Sounds about right.
Oh jeez. Geniuses. This world is filled with them. There was apparently like a police officer I heard about recently that tried to sue like I think it was like Starbucks or something like that because another hot coffee accident. Like they spilled hot coffee on them and got burns.
Oh my god.
Like it, and don't get me wrong. Like I remember in my in one of my legal classes in college, like the professor explained it and everything. They were like, the person had actually really bad burns and everything, and like it, and I'll give him that. The burns were probably very severe, it's like this is what happens when you have boiling water or close to boiling hot water, on your that makes contact with the skin or something like that. It's not gonna be a pretty thing, but at the same time, it's like it's hot coffee. It's like there's things that can go wrong with plenty of things in this world that when they're not used as they were intended. Like And certainly spilling coffee on you is not the way that the company intended it to be bought to be used. You know, they meant it to be sipped. You know, maybe after a long period of time. Oh my god. Because believe it or not, because I heard the other side of it too, that like people actually said, like I remember, like for the McDonald's that actually got sued, you know, for the hot coffee incident, it was successful. Like apparently that area, like people had requested, like they wanted their coffee extra piping hot, you know, and like I guess that particular customer wasn't particularly ready for that, you know, for the coffee to be that.
That's their own fault, man.
Yeah, like it's not really like I don't see it. It's always like that bumper sticker from Forrest Gump. Like shit happens sometimes, you know, and it's not quite the company's fault. And it's like feel bad for it, you know. You got burned really bad for the coffee and everything, you know. But it's I don't really believe that we should live in a society that like just like automatically has someone to blame for every problem. You know, like sometimes there just isn't going to be a person for that. You know, like and like I don't know if there was like I don't think that there's any individual or company that was like solely responsible for her burns, you know, that she got from McDonald's.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
You ever see that case where these two fat bitches they tried to sue McDonald's because McDonald's made it fat?
Oh man. That's ridiculous. I'm glad to hear that. There's been a ton of just stupid lawsuits I've heard about. Like, I remember there was one guy that tried to sue the Winnebago company, you know, that makes RVs. Because apparently they didn't tell him that. Appreciate the follow. Apparently they didn't tell him that the cruise control was not autopilot, and like because apparently he had put it on cruise control, like on like a highway, like left. Or like apparently he thought that I guess he had a lot more faith in cruise control than there was ever intended to be, and somehow he ended up off the road, and was complaining that like it didn't keep him on the road. I guess like he thought that it was going to.
That's retarded. That's so stupid.
Yeah. I think I had heard that like he got up and like started making coffee or something like that, or like started cooking, but I don't know if maybe that part's made up or maybe that's like an exaggeration now, because I couldn't imagine anyone being that dumb to actually think that, you know, even if you're in a Tesla, like a self-driving car, you know, like I don't think it would be like you can't get up and appreciate the follow again. Here, another follow.
That was me.
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
No problem. I was wondering why it wasn't popping up. I was like, where's my freaking Tom Cruise, Top Gun thing? Like, what the hell?
Oh man.
You ever check out Urban Dictionary?
Oh yeah, plenty of times.
There's I love it because there's just like funny definitions and they're accurate too. Like, they're so accurate, it's ridiculous. But
I have to use that a lot sometimes this day and age.
Oh yeah. I'm seeing one now. It says mutt cricket, a female who wears short shorts, cowgirl boots, and will blow anyone with a lifted truck. Rolling around in a mud hole or getting railed in the woods. Listens to country music and claims she's not a whore, but gets bounced around friends groups like a hack.
Oh man.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of those that and shoot, I'm not gonna say anything that gets me in trouble. I gotta remember we're live.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I was because yeah. I guess I gotta watch it.
Here we go, we can talk about that.
Oh man. Yeah, shoot. I have too much further actually. Yeah, we're only about 30 minutes out.
Cool.
Oh man, I missed the distance. on the way back.
I love how I asked when we were streaming the other night, and Turtle was like, "You saw the shoot, or you guys saw the shooting star."
Yeah.
And Turtle was like, "Yeah, man, I'll link you that." I never got linked it.
Oh shit! Well, it's still out there, I'm sure, on Twitch. It's like all the fights get saved, you know, or like they should, unless they get like deleted or something. Like unless like I go through it, like say if it's like one of those like 2-second streams where I accidentally click on and off, you know, I delete one of those. But yeah, it should still be in there. I know it was I think it was at 2:07 if I remember right on the stream. 2 hours and 7 minutes.
Now, the real question is, do you have any idea what time it was?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. 2 hours and 7 minutes, I think, if I remember right. And that's just off the top of my head because I remember I looked over at my dashboard when it happened, and it was like it said I had been streaming for like 2 hours and 7 minutes, I think. Why are you looking for it right now?
Looking for it.
Am I right though, or are you able to see it then?
I actually don't know which one it is.
Oh shoot!
When was that play? Was that the 19th?
Should have been. It was the one before the carrier fly through, wasn't it? It was the one right before that, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so the carrier fly through was the 19th.
Yeah,
Was it was on the same day, right?
It might have been actually.
Oh man, dude,
I'm pretty sure it was a stream beforehand.
All right, let me check. And what did you say? What time did you think it was?
2 hours and 7 minutes, I believe.
I'll look at now.
This is like purely off my memory.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, like
You're
I'm probably way off.
You're good, man. I'll find it.
If you go to because the thing is, right after it happens, we're going to be talking about it for a few seconds, you know. So like if you go to mid 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 30 seconds or something like that, and we're not talking about it yet, it probably happens later at 2:07 or. If we're already talking about it, obviously. Right. I know I had night vision on when I saw it.
You did? Okay.
So if you're at 2:07 and I have night vision on, then you're probably in the right video.
Yep. About 1:59 you turn night vision on.
Keep on hiding.
Turtle was in. At 2:02, I'm just gonna let it rock from here.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not really in game right now.
Oh yeah, we still got 30 minutes. We're still about 30 minutes out. See, I'm still getting estimated 6,500 pounds of gas. I'm actually going to go ahead and switch on over to HSI. So we probably won't need the SMS or stores management system anymore tonight.
I'm still looking for the shooting star in here.
Have you made it to 207 yet?
I covered over to so I'm sitting at 203 right now, just kind of waiting.
As it should. I think I took off my night vision right after it happened. So if you like hover around that area, like it should go like I take off my night vision. I think right as it happens.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if I have enough energy to do this. Probably don't. Oh, holy cow! I can actually. Barely enough air to bite into up here. That's about enough of that before I run out of gas on my engines. These things can't go inverted for too long.
No worries.
Ah, shoot. Yeah, I need to pop my nose a lot more at this altitude. There we go. Mach 1 tail fin at 35,000.
Oh, I saw it. That was dope.
Shooting stars.
That was great. That was awesome. Oh man, that looks so dope.
That was the second time I ever caught it on stream, but they're actually pretty rare to see.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, we might see some tonight if we keep on looking up. But who knows if we'll be looking in the right direction when they fly through, you know?
I wanted to watch that. I'll watch that after you get done streaming. The stream's over. But
Imagine how many like shooting stars you miss just like throughout your life, just because like nobody's looking up.
right? Probably a lot.
Yeah.
Well, living in New York, it sucks because it's so
Yeah.
bright.
Light pollution. Yeah. Same with around here. I mean, you can't really. I mean, hell, I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so I mean, even if I was in the middle of the mountains, like in the middle of nowhere, it's freaking always overcast and raining. 'Cause that's the way Washington is. Every now and then we can see a star too. The coolest though is I remember like just in the middle of the desert in Iraq, you would put on night vision. We were issued the PVS 14s, which are the one-eye version, you know, and in the middle of the desert, you know, not much light pollution around and stuff like that. Not only like without night vision, it's already you can see tons of stars in the sky, but when you put on night vision goggles and look through them, like it illuminates even all these, you know, all these red dwarfs that are out there, you know, or not red. Yeah, actually, they're going to be red dwarfs, not brown dwarfs, but red, like so many more stars. You know, like probably at least by probably a factor of 10 to 100. You know, it's insane. Like the whole sky just lights up, and you can see all sorts of little micrometeorites hitting the atmosphere. Like if you just sit there for just a minute, you just look up at the sky, you'll see little streaks going across it and stuff. Just from tiny little pieces of who knows what hitting the atmosphere. Oh, I should do that on a stream one day because I still got Gen 3 PVS 7s. And if we ever get a clear night, you can still see it pretty well. Even around a city, I bet even if you took them down to Manhattan, if you got on top of a building or something like that, they illuminate light so well, or they amplify light so well, you could probably still be able to see some pretty cool meteorites and stuff like that hitting.
Yeah.
I mean, it certainly wouldn't be as good as like middle of Iraqi desert. I don't think I think I'd have to go back out. Or actually, the best would be in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Like on my first deployment in transit, like when you're literally the whole like the nearest land or nearest big town is probably on the other hemisphere of the planet. Like you got some very dark nights out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Oh yeah, I tried.
I remember we on my first deployment on our way back actually I was on the bridge wing middle of the night and just all of a sudden like it was probably like 2 a.m. or so, but all of a sudden everything just lit up. It's like it's daytime all of a sudden. And I'm like, holy cow, and I look up and there's this huge, like, meteor just streaking through the sky. And I thought, like, oh, great, this is how it ends. Like, I made it through my deployment and I'm going to get killed on the way back just because I'm near where like a giant freaking meteor hits, the planet. But because it looked that big. Like, it was scary big. Like, everything just lit up, very bright and everything. And it goes over the horizon, and I'm just waiting for like a tidal wave to come and take us out. And then like a few minutes later, you just hear this extremely loud like kapow, like it's a sonic boom, I guess, going by, And then you could hear like it sounded almost like a breakup, like and it's funny, like I remember there was only like a few of us on the ship, that were outside the ship that saw it and everything. But I kind of forgot about it and everything. But then I looked it up online, and apparently it was actually a pretty damn big meteor. But according to NASA, they didn't know that anyone ever witnessed it because it was recorded with a bunch of like apparently they measure sound in different parts of the planet and whatnot. Like seeing when like things hit. But apparently they thought it was in such a remote area of the Pacific, they didn't think anyone ever saw it. But actually there was a Navy ship out there that I was on. I can attest to it. It was very big and very scary. I don't think it was as big as like the Tunguska or anything like that, or any of those. I think there was that other one that was captured on a bunch of Russian dash cams recently, But I think it was like half the power of that or something like that, according to like the sound that they found or the. But yeah, it was just out of nowhere. It's just suddenly broad daylight. It seemed like it was that bright. Like it was very weird just being in the middle of the night in the middle of the ocean and just suddenly it's daytime. It seems like.
Oh my god, sounds ridiculous.
But it's only daytime for like a few, I don't know, seconds, and then it's. So we are 1.01, officially over supersonic now.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was in 2004. I want to say September of 2004 when we were on our way back. Maybe early October. So I want to say we made it back like right at Halloween or something like that, if I remember right. Or maybe it was right after Halloween. Shoot. Yeah, I'd have to look at all the dates and everything. I do remember back when I actually looked up everything. Yeah, there was a pretty big meteor. Like it was, I think it broke up in the sky. Like it was a over the ocean breakup or detonation or something like that.
Man.
But yeah, just the chances of that though, being in the right place just to see that was kind of cool. Because ones that are that big, it doesn't matter where you are on the planet. You know, you have an equal chance of seeing it no matter where. And it's not like if you're in New York with a lot of light pollution, you're not going to be able to see that one. Because that one, you're certainly going to be able to see it. Like even if you're in downtown or something. You're starting to get tired, aren't you?
Absolutely, dude.
15 more minutes. And we got a ship's tack in now.
Do you want me to throw on the CPA waypoint for the Tachyon now? Because I'm still on the waypoint.
I would recommend staying on waypoint for right now. The reason being is we're going to get a BRC for the ship here in a little bit.
Oh, okay, roger.
And we're still, let's see. Yeah, I'm actually still on tanker freaking Tachyon. I need to switch that over to ship Tachyon. There we go.
Yeah, I usually just switched that over like 10 minutes ago.
Now, let's see. So yeah, we're still 114 miles out from the ship. So we'll get a BRC here in a minute. At Mach 1 though, 10 miles a minute. It's only 10 minutes out.
Yep.
Like 100 miles sounds a lot further than it really is in a fighter jet. Yeah, I'm on heading. I might actually recommend going to heading and then going like maybe I'd say 150-ish.
What'd you say, 150?
Yeah. Just kind of put us in between the waypoint.
Alright. So you want me to make that turn now, or?
Yeah, might as well. So then that way also our radar, or air-to-surface radar will be able to pick it up. We finally get our BRC.
150.
Yeah. This will also put you slightly in front of me.
Right.
If I do it out of line abreast.
Oh, 149, 150, 110.
Yeah. And then also, while you're on heading hold, when you do the or when you do the course select, like we're gonna do, it won't start shooting you off in different directions as you plug it in. If that makes sense, as long as you're on heading hold and not couple waypoint. So here at 80 miles, we'll be able to get a BRC. I'm going to go ahead and go to air to surface. Actually, I'm going to go nose hot for right now. The feet dry here in about 3 minutes, it looks like. Or feet wet, excuse me. Wow, I've gotten everything wrong. From left to right, from east to west, from wet to dry.
And those were missing your bomb.
Yeah. Oh man. Golly. Which
Oh,
that means I'm probably going to be going for a 3-wire. I'm going to get a 1-wire.
God.
If I get a 1-wire, I swear to God. Oh my God. Let's see. Holy cow, though. Yeah, 3 hours and 7 minutes so far we've been streaming. 85 miles. It's about 30 seconds till we get it on the radar.
Alright, cool.
Go ahead and switch on over to C-Track radar. I'm guessing he's going to appear somewhere over here. $80 miles. We're coming up on 80. There he is. Okay, I see him. My radar.
Roger that.
Oh shoot. I need to come a little bit further left. I'm gonna be coming up underneath you here. Excuse me. 267 is his BRC. So 258 is going to be expected final bearing. I'm going to go ahead.
Final bearing.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and go back to nose cold.
Roger.
And I'm going to go ahead and plug in 258.
Roger that.
There we go. I'm coming back to you.
Roger that.
70 miles.
Man, I want to go see the Super Troopers 2 tomorrow so bad.
Is that coming out tomorrow?
Yeah, it comes out tomorrow.
Oh,
Or
man.
today.
Holy crap.
Yeah, dude, I want to go see it so bad.
Yeah, that was a funny movie.
Yes, it was. Alright, 6 minutes out.
Ease it on out.
Yeah, I'm surprised the 6 people that were in here are still here.
Holy
Sticking around.
I think they're waiting to see me get scraped off the back of the ship. I slam into the back of it.
Only in person.
There-
You'll have to see my absolute butcher of the landing.
I'll, are you you want to go first or should I?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Said 258 for the final.
Yeah, I already got plugged in. We probably still got another what is that? Another 40 miles or so before the intercept. Probably about 30 miles you'll turn to it with 3 minutes. 30 miles sounds really far, but then 10 miles a minute, it's 3 minutes out.
Alright.
Oh shoot, I got the target still designated on there. What the heck? There we go. Granted, I still have my nose cold, but yeah. I'm only interested in my ship now. There we go. There's 258. We're actually coming up on it pretty quick. Do you have that on your HSI, the line and everything we're coming up on?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
it all set up.
Nice.
So how do we do this for case 3? Do I just...
I'll once you commence, I'll just commence about a mile behind you. But for you, essentially, yeah, it'll just be a straight in. The CV1 approach. If you want to do it by the book, then you're just gonna go down to. Oh, by the way, feet wet. But if you do it by the book, you'll go down to 1200 feet and just fly straight in along that path, the course path, until you get to the glide slope, which should happen right about 3 miles. And then you'll just ride that all the way in. And then obviously once you see the ball, you'll call it. Then it's just ball lineup AOA, just like any other landing after that.
Alright, so...
Needles are advised, usually.
Yeah, what would I do to, commence? Do I just...
Oh, you just start flying towards the ship, essentially. I mean, if you wanted to do it in actuality, you would be doing an arc or a 6-minute turn, essentially. But I don't know if you want to go that in depth with it. But in reality, we would say inbound mothers state, actually we would say 305 and 310 holding hands inbound mothers, Angels 35, then we would give our heading from the ship and everything, then the ship would tell us the BRC and where to marshal at, and they would tell us to commence one by one, with about 5 minutes of spacing, or maybe less than that actually, between us. But I don't know if we want to get that. Yeah, we don't really have an ATC or anything like that tonight, so I don't want to.
Alright, 305 is commencing. I don't know if I'm about to do a standard, but oh well.
That's fine. Yeah, as long as you know where the ship is, you just know where to point your nose at. Yep. That's one way to do it. So I'm going to do one loop, I think, or one turnaround.
Roger. What would be in reality, what would be the standard, say, not approach speed, but the commencing speed?
You would be probably looking at well, granted, since we're so far out now, you could probably still stay pretty high and pretty fast. But
Right.
like, heck, I'm going to be probably around at point 0.8 until I get to 20 miles, and I'm going to start slowing down to probably about 300. Or actually, really, in this server like this, like, when it's, I won't get it down and dirty until like 5 miles sometimes, and just stay at like 500 knots until I'm really freaking close. Because it takes a really long time to get to the ship, from 40 miles. If you go all the way down to 1200 feet right off the bat, and then like start flying it down and dirty, so because then then you're essentially on like going as fast as a Cessna goes, and so actually you'll be faster than a Cessna, but still, you know what I'm saying. You're not covering nearly as much distance for the same amount of time.
I gotcha. No worries.
No, in reality, like the ATC would, tell you how quick you're gonna be pushing and stuff like that. But
Oh, okay.
they're also gonna be timing things in accordance with like the 6-minute turn. But that's one of the reasons they have ATC, and it doesn't really matter with just 2 jets. We're just gonna be doing a standard CB1 approach. So I'm not trying to get it extra complicated.
No worries. We'll save that for another time. I don't feel like I'm dying. 20 miles. Look down.
Yeah. I inbound. This time I'm gonna stay at Angels 35 and commence from about 20, I think.
Roger.
Actually, I'll start my descent now as well. I'm also going to have my ILS needles on.
Yep.
I'm 40 miles. Off some flares just for fun.
Visual on this shit.
I'm about to be bingo here in a second. 100 pounds away from bingo, which is right where I want to be. Yeah, I do not have a visual yet on the ship. I know it's out there. Just went through a cloud layer, it looks like.
Alright, I'm 5 miles out.
Yeah. 30 miles. 310, commencing state 5.0. I got a visual on the ship.
Roger.
I'm going to reset my bingo to 3.0. I am nose cold, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not spiking you or anything. I'm just...
No. 305, 6.8 ball.
You should have 20 knots on that deck. As usual. I'm close enough to 20 miles for government work. I'm going to go ahead and drop my hook.
Roger that.
I ended up dropping right at 20 miles pretty much, actually.
Brad 3-wire. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's
I hope you
absurd.
got your spatula ready, because I'm inbound. Stand on the aft deck and get ready to scrape me off.
Green deck. Deck is yours, Doc.
Yeah. Within 20 miles, 310 platform 5.0. Called that a little bit early. It's supposed to be at Angels 5 when I call that. Should be getting needles here in a second. For 1200 feet. As 10 miles, needles, fly up, fly left. I'm going to be totally manual at this point. I'm actually going to keep flying the same way I am, though, as that ship should drift into my course.
Alright.
Zero is 5 miles down and dirty. Man, that tanker's still up there. He's just been cutting.
Yeah, he must be so fucking bored.
He's still cutting holes in the Arabian Gulf. Slope. So a little fast. Actually, I'm fast. There we go. I'm getting on speed. And 310, run a ball, 4.7 manual.
Roger ball, 20 knots over deck.
Huh? Oh, come on. I'm bouncing my power all over the place. I need to come right for the line up, too. No way. Well, better than a one wire. Oh my gosh. There's no excuse for that one. I cannot freaking believe that. Wow. Oh man. And then I overshot 1200 feet too. By 100 feet. Pro. Edgar Allan Pro status. I'm going to be doing a bolter wave off pattern of 5 miles, and I'll be doing a short commence from 5 miles.
Alright.
So I won't, it's not going to be a full blown. Really, I could cut it short at 3 miles, because that's really where the glide slope intercept is. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it short. 3 miles. Yeah, I cannot freaking believe I boltered. Like I said, at least it wasn't a one wire.
Right, as you say, one wire is a lad's ditch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the taxi to the one wire. You land and then this is almost like a case one recovery pattern that I'm doing here. Because I'm still in a turn, yeah. This is not textbook at all.
Sorry.
310 is slightly high, slightly left. Right of all 4.2 manual.
Roger, go 20 knots.
I'm staying a little bit fast. I need to not do that. Yeah, as soon as I started to touch down, I saw how high I was on the ball, and I knew I was gonna be bolter. A little low this time, but ooh, almost hit it again. That was a 4-wire.
Nice.
At least I'm consistent. Consistently high. It's April 20th. What do you expect?
Yeah, no.
Oh, man. Oh, holy cow, we actually made it. Without dying. That was like a 700. That was a long strike, man. We've been streaming. That's 3.5 hours.
That was 1,500 miles.
Holy cow. Man, I bet your piss bag is full.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Flight like this. hopefully we brought some extra Gatorade bottles in the flight suit or in the flight bags back.
Right?
Oh man. Holy cow. But yeah, appreciate anyone tuning in still. We will probably be back up tomorrow. Or actually later today, really. Yeah, it's like 2 a.m. Thanks for being a sport, Anthony, and staying up, man. Yeah, that is the longest range co-op flight ever. And you were the all-star in this one, man. I would have failed the flight if it wasn't for you. You did everything right. And the 3-wire. Didn't even have to.
Right?
Yeah. I'm over here boltering, missing my bombs, the calling east-west, left-right, and wet, dry, and yeah, all sorts.
Oh, man. Yeah, no problem, man. That was a good play.
Yeah, he saved me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, appreciate anyone tuning in. We'll be probably back up tomorrow. And till next time, happy flying.